Hey guys, it's finally here. Little Spit is real and she is on the way to your passenger seat. Thank you to everyone who supported and anyone who is looking to snatch one for themselves. They will be available starting July 1st on Makeship for a limited time. The link will be in the description below, and as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And use code SPIT at checkout for gamer subs to save 10% on your purchase. Okay, bye. Let's start about some Japanese food because, oh man, I want to go back so bad. I want to go back so bad.
15 years ago, I moved from Texas to Japan. I quickly had this weird feeling that something was off about the people here. I couldn't quite put my finger on it at first, but the more I looked around, eventually I realized what it was. Nobody's fat.
In Japan, everyone is skinny. Everyone.
Since 1960, the obesity rate in America has skyrocketed
like
from 12% to over 40% today. That means America's obesity rate is almost 10 times Japan's obesity rate of just 4.5%.
The average American would be considered fat in Japan. You're like an even...
Yeah, probably so. I mean, every Japanese person was so skinny when I went. Just scared that I would get judged by the Japanese because other tourists that don't respect their customs. I will say most of the people I have met were extremely nice. I mean, they were like so excited to see me that I was there. There were a couple of people that I kind of knew they probably had a bad experience with previous like American or tourist because they did not want to turn around and talk to me at all. So I wanted a donut though, so I got my donut. I was really nice. So but the most of it, everyone is so nice. I had to get medicine. I didn't know what to do, so I was asking like people like, where do I get this? You know, and they're like, oh, you know, you just go over there. There's a place over there, or you have to get it from one of these places. I'm like, okay, thank you, arigato. And so we found the medicine thing, and we're like, okay, what kind? Because you know they don't have like our type of medicine over there really, and everything's in Japanese, so I can't read anything. And so we asked the guy with Google Translate, like, hey, we need some like really heavy duty cold medicine. What do you recommend? He recommended the medicine, also recommended to get some vitamin C. Like, he was so nice. He was so nice. Oh my gosh. So yeah, respect the custom. That is first and foremost. Definitely read up on their customs. They're not like Americans. They like quiet, as you can, if you go on like the trains and stuff and the bullet train and so forth, it's so quiet. It is silent and it's amazing. Yeah, if you go, definitely read up on cultures and so forth to not offend. And then you'll be fine. You'll have a wonderful time.
An American medium level fat, you are completely fat here.
I didn't realize it because I was fitting in like Australian people. But then when I came back to Japan, I noticed that I was fat.
It's way easier to lose weight in Japan than in the States.
Like everything's healthier and they don't have all
What's
the crap
Japan's
in
big
it.
secret?
Why Japanese people?
There's a million things it could be. Maybe it's green tea.
But yeah, don't tip, by the way. That's offensive.
Or maybe it's
No
lower
tipping.
smoking rates in Japan.
Actually, no. Smoking rates are higher
Don't
in
greet
Japan.
people.
25% of Japanese men smoke, but only 13%
If you're like in the elevator, don't go, hey, how's your day going? No, don't do that. Keep to yourself.
of Americans do.
Maybe more people go to the gym here. Actually, no.
Only 3.3% of people have a gym membership here, while 21% of Americans
Just
do.
like
Maybe it's because
build
everyone
muscle,
eats
maybe?
fermented soybeans for breakfast.
I didn't
Actually,
have that.
it's way
I
simpler
took
than that.
yeah.
The whole food environment is
The
just
fermented
different in
beans.
certain key ways.
In Japan, you actually cannot make excuse to gain weight.
Right.
But maybe in the States, maybe it's not the case because you're surrounded, by lots of,
Right.
trap.
When I came to Japan all those years
By the way, they have a McDonald's and it's so much better than American McDonald's.
ago, I basically just ate whatever looked good, and I was losing weight.
Yeah, it
So
was
let's say you wake
great.
up, you get ready for the day, and you're off to get a good breakfast. What are your options? Well,
The
per person, there are
face water
15
bowl
times
thing.
as many fast food establishments in
meme.
America compared to Japan. So the average American's breakfast options might look like
Hotcakes and sausage, our own egg McMuffin.
The breakfast burrito.
For breakfast at Denny's, the Super Slam.
Single-handedly,
Super
the worst
Slam.
croissant I've ever put in my mouth. McGriddle. Ooh, it's sweet. What the f?
Oh, McGriddle's
All
too
of our
sweet
favorite
for me.
foods. So there's plenty of McDonald's you can go to here in
Big
Japan,
Mac
but
buffet.
Japan also has over 4,000 rice bowl establishments.
at places like Yoshinoya, for just $4, you can get what is actually a quite traditional Japanese breakfast. A small bowl of rice, fermented soybeans, roasted fish, and
I can't
miso
do
soup.
this. I can't do this.
But let's say you don't have much time, and so you just want to grab something quick and go.
The answer? Convenience stores. 7-Eleven.
Or vending machines, by the way. There was a cake vending machine. There was a oh gosh, what is it? Oh my gosh, what the word I'm thinking? It's not ramen, but it was like a hot meal machine you can just get. There's vending machines everywhere, by the way, everywhere. So, and also 7-Eleven is your saving grace.
Wow,
It's not owning here.
Do I come to Japan just for the 7-Eleven?
I can't think of it right now.
More and more people are posting online about how in love
Curry.
they are with
Curry.
Japanese
It was curry.
convenience stores, and for good reason. They actually have a huge selection of pretty decent food.
It was
So
amazing.
here's what you can get for about $9 USD.
Fish simmered in miso, ramen-style eggs, a rice ball, roasted chicken, a salad, and a green tea. And they have many other things like a decent selection of roasted fish, fruits, salads, and even low-calorie stuff like these noodles made of tofu. The pre-prepared foods are also quite decent, like fish with mushrooms and radish, chicken gizzards with green onion, shrimp and squid with broccoli,
I don't think I had
boiled
any of
eggs,
those cup meals.
and steamed chicken with pickled veggies. The bendos
Princess
are a little
back-
bit more junky, but
back
they're
cat?
much better than American
Vending
options.
machines? That's
so
amazing.
the first key difference is convenience.
go.
Convenience doesn't
Just for
always
the vending
mean
machine.
junk. However, the average American convenience store doesn't have many options of reasonably healthy things to eat. You might be able to get some nuts or a protein bar.
I mean, in the convenience stores, they do offer like sweets and stuff, but it wasn't like a Hershey bar or anything like that. It's like I'm sure you've probably seen like the little panda bite things. They have those, like the cracker with a little bit of chocolate inside. Those are good. Oh my gosh, their snacks were so good, so good. I couldn't decide what I wanted. That's
Other
the
than that, it's
problem.
just chips, candy, processed food,
I wanted
and some fried stuff
everything.
sitting under a heat lamp.
So yeah, of course, super health conscious Japanese people don't get all their meals from a convenience store.
Only
But
if
they had
I'm
mochi.
too busy and I have
I
no
wasn't a
time
fan of mochi
to
though.
cook.
The thing is that the overall
the texture thing for
standard
me.
for food in Japan is much higher in general, so even the convenience stores have reasonably healthy choices. Japan has about 55,000 convenience
Family
stores,
Mart.
meaning Japan has almost 10 times as many convenience stores per square kilometer than
Wherever you look, there's a 7-Eleven or Family Mart right there.
America, which is great because from what I've seen, Japanese people, or at least Tokyo people, are
Be quiet on the
extremely
train.
busy. Japanese people in general sleep way less than Americans, which is actually very unhealthy, yet they're still much thinner. So yeah, there are healthy restaurants and supermarkets in the US.
We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
But when it comes to cheap, quick, and convenient food,
Yep.
it's often very unhealthy.
$3 big meal deal, only at 7-Eleven.
In Japan, for lunch, I have the option to buy some fried junk or go to McDonald's for
Oh, I
lunch,
remember
but it's often
those.
just as easy to say walk into Matsuya and get something like a bowl of rice with some stewed beef, a half-boiled egg, some kimchi, and a bowl of miso soup, with plenty of pickled ginger, of course.
Even if you're getting some actual sweets here, they're just not as sweet as Americans.
If you go to any one of these
Yeah, so if you eat anything super, like, would be super sweet in America, it's not going to be super sweet in Japan. I will say this. However, it is, I feel like, the perfect amount of sweetness needed. It's not overly sweet where your teeth are hurting. It's just enough to satisfy that sweet tooth that you got. It's really good. I got like these little ice cream cones. I've gotten so many different things, like so many different things.
places
So
around
good,
here,
man. I'm
an
gonna go
American
back.
would be like, wow, why is it not sweet enough? Whereas a Japanese person will go to America and go, why is it so sweet?
Yep.
糖尿病なるわ。こんなん食べちゃってるんすかみんな。
Oh no.
When I first got to Japan, I thought most things weren't sweet enough. Now, after living in Japan for more than a decade, when I visit America, most things taste way too sweet.
A lot of things are sweeter, a lot sweeter than in Japan. For example, yogurt's very sweet, too sweet. Like it was like a dessert level.
According to 2021 statistics, the average Japanese person
Melon
eats
bread.
half the sugar of Americans. Americans eat 33.7 kilograms of sugar per year, but Japanese people only eat 17.7 kilograms. The thing with sugar is that the reason people eat too much sugar is that they want a lot of sugar because they eat too much sugar. This 2016 study found that after just 2 months of people doing a low sugar diet, cutting their simple sugar intake by 40%, they started to rate sweet foods as significantly sweeter, as much as 40% sweeter than before.
That's exactly what happened to me. At first, Japanese sweets didn't taste sweet enough, then I got used to it, and now they taste plenty sweet.
Kit Kats. There was a little store and they had every different flavor of the Kit Kats, and you better believe I got as many as I could. If you go, bring 2 suitcases, only pack 1 because you're going to need that second one to pack it up with the stuff you get in Japan.
I think the Japanese just eat less sweet, less caloric things, and they
I did
eat
a
less
snack
of it.
thing when I
The
got
soda
back.
cups are just smaller here in Japan.
This is a large cup at McDonald's in Japan. This is an American small. The American small is actually slightly larger than the Japanese large. And of course, the American large is about twice as big as the Japanese large.
We're used to the
Even the
cups
milk
being
is way smaller. This is the standard size of milk here.
Next, take a look at this. The selling point of this
Corey
sweet drink is
Sweat.
actually that it's small. It says nomikiri saizu, meaning a size you can finish. And these
I know it sounds gross, Pocari Sweat, but it's just like it almost reminds me, I think, like a lemon lime Gatorade kind of thing. So I liked it. I got
half-size
that
drinks
all the
are in
time.
most of the vending machines.
Hey, why'd you get this small one?
I
Bye,
think
Trey.
this
Have a
size
good one.
is too much for me, so I can finish this.
But this one's only 10 yen more. You could have gotten like, this
Yeah.
one's like twice as big.
Something I want to say, but
It's
I'm
too
pretty
much,
sure
and
they're
I don't
gonna
want
cover
to
it.
waste it.
You don't want like a giant drink. You don't want to get like as much drink for your
grapefruit
money.
flavor. Okay, that's what it was.
No.
No one in Japan drinks a big gulp. You can't even get it anywhere.
Now that's what I call a large.
I couldn't find any big gulps in Tokyo, but I could find these tiny cans of soda.
They're always so tiny. Oh, I hate Fiji water.
Drinks this.
Yeah.
What,
Ugh,
if
I
you go
hate
to a
Fiji.
restaurant in Japan, what
Same
percentage
reaction.
of the people would you say are drinking soda?
Oh, I think less than 10%.
Only water and tea?
So yeah, I think so.
I get the taste.
So Japanese people just don't drink that much soda. The average person
the
here drinks
Fiji
30
water.
liters of soda a year, but the average American drinks 5 times that much, 154 liters per year.
So for example, with this vending machine, if you didn't want anything sweet, 5 different types of unsweetened tea, you can get water, and then there's black coffee.
By the way, these vending machines are everywhere. Japan has the most vending machines per person on the planet, around 4 million, or 1 for every 30 people.
Hold on,
Next
cover the
is
thing.
key number 3, school.
Okay, well, I don't know if they covered it or I just kind of like got super distracted because I'm thinking of Japan again. So the vending machines, usually our vending machines here all have cold stuff. They have hot stuff. So there's like a blue button for cold things, and then usually like on the bottom shelf it has red. So if you want a hot drink, it's already hot, and it's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, there's an ad. Oh, it's going to end in 30 seconds, so it'll be fine. Where'd you say I was in? Actually, I think I wasn't close to Shinjuku. I was in that area. I was. I went to the, oh gosh, what hotel did I go to? It was like an Americanized hotel. Which one? I don't remember. Marriott, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I was in Shinjuku. That's actually where I felt the earthquake that happened. We felt it in the car at a stops or at a red light. And then when we got to the hotel, they had these giant chandeliers and they were just swaying. Like people were recording them. I did too. They were just kind of swaying because of the earthquake. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool and creepy at the same time. But we didn't realize how bad it was until later, unfortunately. So you didn't go into the pod hotels? I don't think I could go to one of the pod hotels. I'd probably freak out. Welcome back. Welcome back from the ad break. But yeah, it was an experience with
Lunch.
that one.
The Japanese approach to feeding their school kids is completely
hot,
different
like
from
drinks.
America.
Do the teachers even eat this stuff?
They don't touch it.
So I'm half American. I went to elementary school in both Japan and the United States.
Anywhere you're going where Godzilla is most prevalent. How about if you go to Akihabara, there is a Godzilla that's standing over a building. I need to pull these pictures back up because there's a lot of you now that weren't here when I got back from Japan. Yeah, there's a giant Godzilla like hovering over a building, looking down at you on the road and stuff. Claustrophobic. It kind of depends. An MRI machine. If you put me in an MRI machine and put me in some headphones in, or like earplugs in, I'm falling asleep because it's great. It just depends on the situation, maybe. I don't know. But
In the United States, the food was just junk food. We had tater tots, we had sloppy joes,
I
it's like
learned
everything bad
to
for
just
you.
cook Japanese
Chocolate
food.
milk.
In middle
The
school, we would get
ingredients won't
chocolate
be as
milk.
fresh and
Chocolate
good.
milk for
Yeah.
for what?
Just like if you want chocolate milk, go ahead.
Served for lunch at a high school.
Students in Woodbridge, New Jersey say the food is inedible.
Some high school students who are so sick of their school food, they've started a protest movement against it. In 1970, the law changed. Schools could now turn to private, for-profit companies to feed their students.
In American schools, it's common to have plenty of processed foods on the menu.
The sliced cheese with the fries?
Salary, supplies, the food.
But if we go over and
it's
take
like
a
above
look
a
at
movie- like a
Japan,
movie theater thing.
school lunches are planned out by the school's designated nutritionist. And they are made from scratch
I always brought
every
my
single
lunch.
day.
Sandwich every single day,
If you're in
baby.
Japan, every meal is meant to be healthy. Vegetables, there'd be rice, some fish, some meats, and a little bit of pickled vegetables. So that by the time, that you're 16, 17, 18, you're not going to be fat. It's going to be very rare that you're going to see a child that's fat in Japan. I think that carries you your whole life. It sets your diet.
You got like a nutrition education that actually worked.
Yeah.
The fourth key is portion sizes. The portion sizes are generally just a little smaller wherever you go.
Normal
steak looks
size, like meal
amazing.
size in Australia is usually big. I couldn't finish eating them, but then I got used to it, and I actually gained 12 kg there.
So that's like 25 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Tacos, designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
And I agree. The meals here are ridiculously large. Like, I want to order off the kids' menu, and that fills me up. It fills me up, and, sometimes you can't really order off the kids' menu. Oh, you're not a child. You're not 12 or under. Well, can we pretend I am today? Because I don't want all this extra food. I want the small portion. I don't want to, I understand.
I'm full!
America's
I'm
biggest
full.
breakfast for only $9.99.
I think there's two big reasons why Japan doesn't take the American approach of giving you huge portions to make you feel like you got your money's worth. First off, don't do this in Japan. A big concept here is mottainai, or wasteful.
Elementary school, middle school, if you cannot finish the meal, you don't have like lunch break.
So you just have to sit there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like I remember some of my friends couldn't finish eating and then like crying and eating. The idea is came from like mottainai. You cannot waste the food because that's the life of plants and animals. Yeah, leaving food is considered bad.
It's kind of bad manners to leave unfinished food and especially rice scattered about on your plate. Next, it's not really a thing here to get a container to take leftovers home. You're expected to finish your meal at the restaurant. So the average
See, I had a meal that was kind of similar
container to take leftovers home. You're
to like this design here. So I had this bowl of rice. This bowl is not small. It is not small. I mean, it's not the size of like your salad bowl or anything, but it's like a little but deep bowl full of just rice, which is also piled up above the rim of the bowl. I think I had this too. I had like the thing with beans. I had soup. I had like the main course meal, which I had like this chicken stuff, and oh my gosh, I could not see the bottom of it. It was so much, so freaking much, and like a few other things. And I'm like, how do you eat all this? I tried my best to eat everything
expected to finish your meal at the restaurant. So the average restaurant serves people reasonably sized, not too big portions that most people should be able to finish in one sitting.
I felt bad because
Most
I couldn't
packages of
finish
snacks
that
here
meal.
are
I
sized
could
so that
not.
you can
There was
comfortably
no
finish
way.
them without feeling
It's
stuffed.
like 4
Like,
meals
look
right
how
there.
small all these little packages of chocolates are.
If you eat the normal
perfect.
American diet, you'll get fat. In Japan, if you just eat what everyone else eats, then you get thin.
Yeah.
Do you think that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, I think it's accurate.
If there are some people who are, maybe starting to get a little bit overweight, and I suspect they're eating too much junk food.
So the fifth point is variety. It's easy to eat and drink healthy when you have plenty of options and when you're not getting bored eating the same handful of healthy meals over and over again. People can eat big portions of junk if they want, but it's usually just as
And there
easy
are
to
McDonald's
get a
and Burger
variety
King.
of reasonably priced, relatively
Which is kind of funny because when me and my group we went during the Christmas holiday and New Year's, and they celebrate, I think, 3 or 4 days for New Year's. And so like all the restaurants and stuff that we wanted to go to and stuff were kind of closed. So we had to go to Burger King one time. We had to go to McDonald's one time. But then there's some that were open, of course, and they were so good, by the way. But yeah, so we're like, oh well, and it was better. It was better than the American version.
healthy food.
We do
What I
overdo
like
it. I don't
about
know
drinking
why.
culture in Japan is that even
It's
if
a
you keep
waste of
drinking at the
resources,
izakaya
I
or
think.
pub, you see so many menus the healthy food on menu. If you go to America, fried chicken, fried potato, like
Yeah,
French
everything's fried
fries.
here.
Most of the places to go to drink have decent food options.
Yeah, I
You can
wanted to
expect
get
to
the
get some really
bucket,
solid food that's actually
for
quite healthy
Christmas
at a
from
classic
KFC.
Japanese pub, an izakaya. There are about
we never had a chance to. It
7,500
was very
izakayas in
busy.
Japan, more than the total number of fast food burger chains like McDonald's or Burger King. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you should replace fast food with alcohol, but even if you're walking in somewhere planning to get drunk, there's all kinds of simple, healthy, and delicious dishes. There's one other quick point I want to touch on, but first let me make it clear that there are better quality food options than convenience stores, rice bowl chains, or izakayas, of course. Most Japanese people wouldn't even think of these places as healthy, but this isn't about optimal health. It's
By the way, the buildings are very. I got kind of confused in some of the buildings. They do go underground as well. I accidentally ended up underground one time. I just start walking, and when I'm done, I call an Uber to pick me up and take me back to the hotel. So make sure you have like Verizon. T-Mobile towers are not provided over there anymore. They kind of stopped providing halfway during the trip, so I had to rely on Wi-Fi. But the buildings, I went to the Pokemon Center in one of the buildings, and then we kept going like down the elevator and escalator, and there's like a clothing store, and then we ended up in a supermarket, and I'm like, where are we? Where
about
am
how
I?
you can be reasonably healthy with not that much effort.
Did you make this with vegetable oil?
Oh, yes.
Thanks, but I gotta watch what I eat.
Lately, the word has been getting out about how bad vegetable oils or seed oils are for health. It's kind of impressive how clever marketing got us to think that we need to crush and heavily refine thousands of seeds with a long industrial process to get the oil that we need to cook with to be
Yeah, we just
healthy.
walked
With high
everywhere.
pressure, forcing out the oil to a second extraction. 70-minute wash with a solvent. They wash the oil with sodium hydroxide. They bleach it, then use a steam injection heating process to remove the canola odor.
Sure, you can buy vegetable oil in Japan, and people do cook with it. But it's very interesting to note that Japanese people consume about 1/2 of the seed oils of Americans. The ironic thing about seed
makes
oils is
sense,
that
though.
they become more unhealthy when you cook with them, especially if you fry with them. That's because the fats are very fragile and easily break down when heated, which is
I
not the
don't
case
feel
for
so good.
saturated fats, like say beef tallow, which are very resilient to heat. This brings us to the sponsor of this video, the seed oil-free masa
Sponsored!
chips. More than 4 years ago, I started investigating how in the
Not
world we
sure.
got tricked into thinking that we should be eating vegetable oils to be healthy.
Vegetable, corn, and sunflower oil.
Today, seed oils or vegetable oils make up 20% of the average American's daily calories. And recent studies suggest that seed oils are linked to metabolic issues and inflammation in the body. So I've been avoiding chips for about 4 years now, ever since I learned about all the negative health effects of seed oils. You probably saw my 2 different videos on the topic. This is why
that was
I'm
a great
personally really
transition.
excited about masa chips. They made
Good
a
on that
delicious
one.
tortilla chip out of just organic nixtamalized corn, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. Zero seed oils. Now, I don't know how they got the chips so crispy and crunchy, but these are the most solid chips I've ever eaten. I can pile pretty much an entire avocado on one chip.
That's a lot of
Personally, something
avocado
about these chips feels totally
guacamole.
different for me. I actually feel satisfied, and I
lazy.
don't have the urge to binge them. And I don't feel sluggish or bloated after eating them. After all, think about it. Don't you feel better eating, say, corn on the
Good night,
cob with plenty of
TV.
saturated
Have a good
fat-rich
one.
butter rather than some French fries or onion rings fried
Oh, I
in
want the
seed oils?
life-size leaf.
The best part is it's just a really good chip. You don't have to sacrifice any taste for health. If you're ready to join the tens of thousands of people enjoying masa, go to
Oh, that's the end.
masachips.com/Joseph.
I thought it was like in the middle. There we go. There's the ad. But yeah, you have Cricket. So I don't know. I would definitely check to make sure that it is covered. Now, I think one of the airports does provide you a pocket Wi-Fi thing. So definitely check into that. It was so stressful because with my T-Mobile, all my stuff just stopped working, right? It just started not working, and I kept calling them. I'm like, hey, it's still not working. I can't connect to anything. I have no service. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna do this. And they actually really attempted to help me. Like, okay, well, we're gonna give you a free like international stuff for a little bit. I'm like, okay, that's great. It didn't work. And so I called like 5 times. I called so many times. And the last time I called and they said, hey, so apparently what's going on is we didn't know at the time they were starting to stop all the T-Mobile towers from I don't know how further it works, but basically the T-Mobile towers in Japan are just gone now. They just don't work anymore. And the lady kept apologizing. She's like, I am so sorry. we didn't know. We didn't know until like just now we started like hearing about this. And I'm like, "Oh, that's why." She's like, "Yeah, that's why." So luckily one of our friends had Verizon, so we just relied on them or went somewhere and got Wi-Fi and did Uber that way. So yeah, definitely check and make sure. For real.